Patrick Haggerty here, Basin Youth for Christ from the Broadway Theater here in Malin. We're taking a journey through the Gospel of John, chapter 11, and this incredible encounter that Jesus has with Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, even in his death. And we pick up the story where Martha has answered Jesus' question, "Do you believe this, that I am the resurrection and the life?" And Martha says with an emphatic, "Yes, Lord." It says afterwards in verse 28, she returned to Mary, her sister. She called Mary aside from the mourners and she told her, "The teacher's here and he wants to see you." Why didn't Mary go the first time? Again, we discussed it just yesterday, but I personally believe there's a great chance that she was really frustrated and confused and disillusioned with Jesus. Mary, we know, was a deep feeler, wounded. But when Martha comes and she extends another invitation from Jesus, Mary runs to meet him. Mary immediately, verse 29, went to meet him. Jesus had stayed outside the village at the place where Martha met him, and when the people who were in the house consoling Mary saw her leave so hastily, they assumed she was going to Lazarus' grave to weep, so they followed her there. When Mary arrived and saw Jesus, she fell down at his feet and said the exact same thing Martha did. "Lord, if you had only been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw Mary weeping and saw the other people wailing with her, a deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. And in verse 34 he said, "Where have you put him?" He asked them, and they told him, "Lord, come and see." And then the shortest verse in the Bible. Then Jesus wept. And the people who were standing nearby said, "See how much he loved him." But some said, "This man healed a blind man. Couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying?" The shortest verse in the Bible, Jesus wept, is loaded with meaning. And the meaning it's loaded with is good news for us. God isn't sitting up in heaven looking down on the trials and the circumstances or the pain or the agony that you face. He's not up in heaven looking down on that unsympathetically or distant or removed or, well, I guess that's rough for them. No. Remember, the Bible tells us Jesus is Emmanuel. He's God with us. He's God with you, even in the mess. And he's not just with you, like near you. No. He feels for you. He grieves for you. He sees you in your pain and your distress. And he empathizes because he's been there. Have you ever lived through the tragedy of broken relationships with friends? So has Jesus, and he wept. You ever had tragedy strike your family, death? So has Jesus, and he wept. Lost all your possessions, not had much to call your own? So did Jesus. He's been where you've gone, and he feels for you. He feels for me. And that's glorious news. That Jesus weeps for us over our pain, over our suffering, and that he's with us in the mess is good news. Let's go to him. Jesus is the only one who was ever able to navigate the mess successfully, not because he didn't grieve in the midst of it, but he made the right choices along the way. He sought to honor the Lord even in the midst of pain, and he offers us that same ability, that same strength, if we'll just come to him and trust that he sees our pain and he loves us and he weeps with us. May the Lord bless you.